push out, and they will push on to them.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tregenza Oval for the clash between Brighton Rugby Union Football Club and the great old Collegians Rugby Football Club. Beside me in the chair today, we have Alex Rockaborough, the Stade Francais and Rebels player. Welcome today, Alex.
Thank you for having me. Looking forward to a good game.
Yeah, your thoughts on the conditions today, Alex? How do you feel?
Well, it was a bit touch and go there. Looking at yesterday's weather, I thought it could be another wet one, but I'm keeping the fingers crossed that it'll stay pretty dry. Just cool, but dry.
Yes, and your thoughts on the previous game today with Brighton and Old Collegians, as we can see them walk off. Quite a close game.
Yeah, it is. Anything where Brighton are taking on Old Coles, it's always going to be a tough one. So third grade was a draw, and luckily Old Coles just got the win in this one. But good spectacle of rugby. A lot of juniors coming through, which is great for both clubs.
Yeah, it has to be mentioned the amount of juniors in these top three grades is incredible for both clubs. Special shout out to Old Collegians and Brighton for doing so well in the younger development stages. But yeah, I think we're in for a crackerjack game, considering both teams are undefeated for the first round. How'd they go last week, mate?
Yeah, definitely. Old Coles had a great game last week. It's always tough travelling down south to Onkers and playing them at home, but we were really fortunate to come away with a win there. But another good game of rugby. So first round we were pretty happy with, and same from watching the game last week with Brighton and Burnside. There's some two quality teams there that had a really good match. So that's something for us to look forward to.
Yeah, and just in your opinion, where do you think the people should look out for in Old Collegians? What numbers, what people are we looking for here?
Well, I think you really got to start with our front row. You got Lukey Clifton, Alex Savoy, and Timmy Dawes, and they'll set a good platform for us, and it just works all the way to the back row, and hopefully that'll set a platform for our backs, and in particular probably Ned Morecambe making his first grade debut today for the season. So hopefully he has a good run, but it could go either way. I think Brighton have a lot of quality players also, so it'll be interesting.
Yes, getting on to the Brighton team, we've got at number 1 Jacob France, number 2 Logan Brown, number 3 Donald Clune, 4 Ryan France, the brother connection there, number 5 Keegan Lassen, Mitch Wenk at 6, Chad Bowker, Ryan Murphy, Hector Curran, Joel Plummer, he had a great game last week. Little Joe Lawaka, the Fijian flyer. Tremaine Butler, ever present in the middle there. Peter Bullower at number 13. Robert Ferguson and Mark Elborn. And for OC or Old Collegians, as Alex has just mentioned, Tim Dawes, Alex Savoy, Luke Clifton, front rows, locks, Gareth Roberts, Joshua Graham, the workhorse. Jack Campion, the club legend, Alfie Malcolm, John Moko, Will Sadler, in partnership with Jake Busby today at number 10. Is that correct, Alex?
Yep.
Yep. And Ned Morecambe, as you mentioned, his debut today, and Andrew Burgess inside centre, Kyle Fleetwood Piper at 13, the young flyer.
Yeah, interesting there. He's a good player, and we thought he's done a lot of years at the club, so he wanted to come into 13, so we could facilitate that today.
Yeah, well, he'll definitely see a lot more ball, hopefully. And Darcy Bagshaw at wing and Tristan Kutzer at fullback. So I hope you're all ready for a spectacular afternoon of rugby union here in South Australia with Spacequake Sports. The teams are just getting ready to come onto the field. Conditions here at Tregenza, Alex, what can we expect?
I think we've got a westerly heading towards the hills. It's going to be tough if you get a bit of a tailwind, whichever way you're going. There's some quick blokes out there, so we might see some breakaway tries, but just touch wood that rain stays away, and yeah.
And here they come, the mighty Old Collegian first grade. Mr. Campion, John Moko on screen, and we look forward to a very exciting match today. Personally, I think Old Collegians are the dark horse of the competition. Showed their true colours and form last week against Brighton. against.
Don't run away with it.
And yeah, I think they're the ones to watch out of the whole pack this year. Obviously, Brighton, reigning premiers, so this is they're the standard, really, Alex, I believe.
Oh, definitely. Brighton, the last 3 years have probably been the standard, and they set the bar, and that's where we really want to get to. So we always look forward to these clashes, especially on Bob Burgess Day. So it's really exciting. I'm pretty excited.
And yeah, so it's going to be, the backs will be the interesting part from my part. There's pace all around the park. Tremaine Butler, Peter Bullowa, Little Joe for Brighton, and obviously Kyle Fleetwood Piper out for Old Collegians in the outside centre position. And looks like we're ready to kick off. Phil Jones is a match official, and let's get ready to rumble. We got Will Sadler here looking to kick off. Like you said, Alex, the wind's coming straight into from the west, so as you can see, straight across the ground. Doesn't really advantage anyone just yet, but I'm guessing that'll swing around come the afternoon.
Yeah, oh, hopefully it might even die down, which I don't think it will, but that'd be great.
Kicks it deep there. I think we've got a little knock on there by number 7, who is Chad Bowker. Was the ground a bit greasy out there, or it looks a touch greasy, but
I don't think so. I think that kick might have been a bit hard to take. It wasn't really end over end more than a rolling one. So, you know, you get those on the chest and you look at what you're going to do before you catch the ball. It can always be a tough one.
Great position here for Old Collegians. There plenty of options, centre field scrum. Scrum, nice tight scrum. Oh, good hit there. Yeah, the breakdown's looks like it's going to be a physical day at the breakdown.
Oh, most definitely. Always is with Old Collegians and
doing all the tight work already. So there.
All teams have had today, just ball security there. And funnily enough, number 20 there's Lukey Clifton. I think he's slipped into a jersey that's a bit more comfortable for him. So he's gone from...
Thanks for that, Alex. Tremaine, their own 20, not afraid.
Always dangerous anywhere on the field, Brighton.
And there's Peter Bullowa, the Mike van Boerg medalist from last week. Yeah, that breakdown's a physical. Here we go. Is that France taking it up midfield? Lassen goes to hand from Plum. Oh, Tremaine Butler just got smoked by Andrew Burgess. A renowned...
Thing about Burgess is you never want to run directly at him, but...
Straight up. Finds himself back in the defensive line. Great opportunity here for Old Collegians. There we go, out to the wing. Oh, just over Kyle Fleetwood Piper's head. He's regathered. He's going to go for the corner, and he's in. Well done, Old Collegians. Draw first blood here at Tregenza Oval for the round 2 of the Cooper's Premier Grade. And here we go on the replay, Alex. Your thoughts on this?
Just good there to really nominate where the space is. Obviously the pass didn't go to hand, but if you can scramble there and you've got a 3-on-2, that you got to score any day of the week there. So good attack from Old Coles. Just unfortunate there for Brighton to drop that one off the kickoff, which really gave them a tough start.
And would it be fair to say Kyle Fleetwood Piper seems to be becoming more attuned to Premier Grade? He's spent a couple of years in here now. I think you'll reap the benefits of that this year. Just seems a lot more at ease and less time on his hands in attack, I guess.
Definitely.
Boy Texans 5, Brighton 0, just on 5 minutes into play. Yeah, I have to say, even Bullowa didn't look like too much opposition for Kyle Fleetwood Piper one-on-one, and I guess it's just his fast feet, really. He's Kyle Fleetwood Piper, electric.
Oh, he's an unbelievably tough bloke to...
And Joey Loaki, Little Joe, just puts a little kick in. Looks like he's sustained an injury.
Unlucky there for him, you take that on your own back sometimes. You want to just get the boy front, but just unfortunate there. I think he copped the knee to the head.
Very early in the piece, trying these unorthodox restarts. So he makes a 10. Looks like he just collected the knee of Burgess. Not the knee I'd want to run into, unfortunately. But
Burge is doing some damage early on. It's only 5 minutes in. He was a late inclusion for us. Obviously, we had Chris Bartlett starting there at 12, but sustained an injury on Thursday night, so it was a straight swap for Burjo. He's played a lot of first grade, so you're not losing much. Unfortunately, you lose a little bit with Chipsy, but you gain a lot with Burjo.
And here we go, Will Sadler out to Busby. Like you said earlier, pass didn't quite go to hand, but just with his footwork and calmness, he got round Bullowa. So here we go, scrum. Pretty much centre field, just into Old Coles territory. Noted today, John Moko playing number 8.
Yeah.
I saw that. And Big Gary Mann was in second grade, so
Yeah.
on the comeback trial, I'm guessing.
It's the depth that we've got at the club this year. We haven't had it in the past, so blokes are really having to really work to keep spots.
And here we go. Big scrum there by Brighton. Sadler out to Busby. Busby back out to Burgess. Burgess breaks the first tackle. Goes to ground. Sadler to Campion. Such a workhorse, yeah.
Yeah, definitely Jack Campion, one of the many that we've got.
Just hitting it up in the centre field at the moment. Nice clean match so far, Alex. Looks like both teams are just here to play good football by the look of it.
Oh no, definitely. There's some hard hits but some great football, and it's still early on in the match, so hopefully we can sustain this.
And there we go. Knock on there, unfortunately, for Old Collegians. Brighton scrum and feed. Big left-hand side to work with Brighton, especially with Tremaine Butler and Albert Ferguson, I believe, out here.
Yep.
Not much to him, but
Very strong player.
yeah.
We had a trial match against them a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, he almost put me in hospital. He hits hard. He hits really hard, that fella. Good player.
Yeah, and by all accounts, nice. Oh, big scrum here by Old Collegians. There we go. Ryan Murphy. Had a great game last week against Burnside. Just a big body at the base of the scrum, isn't he? He's
Yeah, hard to contain.
yeah. You don't want to be looking at him all day from halfback, unfortunately for Mr. Sadler, but I'm sure Will do his best. And there we go. Nice line out jump there by Campion.
Plenty on this left side now, boys. It's got to go.
Alex Sivois did well to hold on to the ball there. Out to Koita, puts a little goose step on. Oof. There we go. Darcy Bagshaw. They're playing out wide, Old Collegians. Is that a noted game out? As Moko makes a break.
Oh.
Oh, he's gone, he's through, he's made it, he's evaded. Plummer couldn't control him. Here we go, Old Collegians look set. Oh, unfortunately, holding onto the ball by match official Phil Jones. That was enterprising play and good to see there.
It's unlucky. It's a strength and a weakness. When you're that quick, you also can get very easily isolated, and credit to Brighton there for getting on the pill quickly. But yeah, that's Ned Morecambe for you. He's an exciting young player, and we're happy to have him. But like you were saying before, we were looking at playing an expansive game today. That's why we were really happy that it was still dry, but hasn't gone out.
Here we go, Busby. Geez, the beautiful passing. Their core skills have been top notch at the moment. Kyle Fleetwood Piper into the centre, and then we've got Sivois out to Dawes, Moko. He's doing well at number 8.
Oh, he has. He's doing really well. Came to the club as a halfback and ended up going in one position at an 8, and you wouldn't be able to tell that he's just changed in a year.
Yeah, he's done redactable, very astute side the 22. They pick and go from the centre. They're going well there, old Collegians. They look quite good in the forwards as well this year. They're very strong all around the park. Kyle Fleetwood Piper, Bagshaw, just keeping it alive.
Yeah, some exciting rugby. This is probably, we work really hard on our fundamentals, our catch pass, and this is something we've really worked on, and it's showing so far early in the game.
And Busby, little show and go there. Doesn't quite there. They get out wide. Unfortunately, didn't go to hand. Little Joe Lewaki's got him covered. Coutts there. And unfortunately for Brighton, looks like they've been penalised for not rolling away, I believe. They're aiming up, old Collegians. They look good. They look great, actually. Good's probably doesn't quite get it. They just look good all around the park.
Yeah, this is probably the best start I've seen Old Coles have in a long time. And if games only went 15 minutes, we'd be loving life. But there's 80 minutes to play, so if we can maintain this momentum, we'll be really lucky. But also, in saying that, we haven't seen Brighton really attack yet, so they'll get their shot with the ball too. And to their credit, they have defended pretty well. But unfortunate with that last penalty. But we'll see what happens here with the line out.
Yes, it's not looking good for Brighton here. They've struggled to get out of their own into the Collegians. They're really struggling to hold them out here in the forwards. The big workhorse, Joshua Granger. They stopped him that time. It was Logan Brown, I do believe. Another penalty there. And they might want to be a little bit careful, Brighton. They've given a few away in the early stages. Don't want to get the ire of the referee.
No, you definitely don't want him in your bad books this early on, especially around when you're defending on your 5-metre line, because it's an easy play for a ref to give the yellow, and they've given him a lot of evidence to do.
Old plumber Tremaine Butler had really good games last week against Burnside, and old Collegians just looked real calm and collected here in the back line. Here they go, spreading out wide to Busby, inside ball to Burgess. Jeez, he's had a strong start to the game. Quick ball, very quick ball, inside ball to Campion, puts a step on, he's going to go, he's close. He's not held up, he's just short.
He's got to go right here, we've got to play it down.
Busby's gone himself, try. Well done there, old Collegians. Unfortunately, we've got a player down injured. I think that's sort of what held play up, but your thoughts, Alex? How'd you see the
Just great ball retention there. For us, we work a lot on our, just the last 5 minutes has been great. We work a lot on our rumbles and just our pick and goes. It creates space out wide so we can start sucking teams in. I don't want to give too much away, obviously, for other teams watching this.
We already have, so there you go.
I know, but it's just, we haven't invented anything new here. It's just how it works. It's a bit like chess. So, and when it works, it works. It's just, having to get the whole system going. But I can't really fault us yet. Obviously, if I was going to pick us apart, I think maybe a couple of our passes are going to ground and maybe our ball retention at the line. But, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to jinx us. So, and it's been tough for Brighton. Haven't had much ball yet, but if we can play smart here, it'll be great. Bob Burgess Cup, obviously. We've always been unlucky just to miss out at the end, but still a long time to go. So don't count your chickens yet.
Yeah, you never count Brighton off. Where the viewers are well aware of Brighton's capacity for comebacks. So kick to come. Old Collegians 10, Brighton 0. 16 minutes on the Voitex scoreboard here for the Coopers Premier Grade. Burgess, I have to say, Burgess and Busby, solid combination. they played much before?
Last year they played a fair bit together, but Busby's floated around a few positions. Burjo's always been your stock standard 12, just no fuss about him, just up the guts. That's how he likes to play. And he almost got charged down there.
Oh, unfortunately for old Collegians, off the post.
Oh, and he gets a re-kick. He must have left early.
Oh, Brighton will be ruining this. Will Sadler gets another pop at the cherry. Sun directly in his eye. It's like kicking practice for him at training. Brighton a little shell-shocked here today for the first 15 minutes.
Ooh,
oh, and this time...
Same again.
Yeah.
Unlucky there. But to say that for Brighton, they didn't have the cleanest start to the match last week and managed to come back and win that one. So you can never count them out until, that's the last minute.
No, you'd be a fool to count Brighton out with their attacking prowess. For the last several years anyway, they've just been absolutely brilliant at scoring tries from anywhere in the field. And little Joe's out to take the kick again. I don't think he's going to do the short one again. He put it up for a nice contestable ball midfield. Joshua Graham, unfortunately, looks like he knocked it sideways. Peter Buller has received the ball. And we got Hector Curran at halfback. Oh, unfortunately, Murphy's put the ball down. Oh, he's disappointed, the big man. Yeah. And we heard that you may be back sometime in the future. Is that correct? Have I heard all right on the grapevine, Alex?
Yeah, looking to have a run this year. It'll be a spot, to be honest. We've got a lot of depth, but yeah, looking to come back. Hopefully, have a run against Burnside next week. A tough game over there at Parkinson, where it's a tough one.
Yes, and to use the words of our voice of rugby, David Webb, who unfortunately couldn't make it here today, the Battle of Green Hill Road for you guys next weekend. It's going to be a crackerjack by the look of things, especially going on the form of old Collegians today and last week. They just look composed, mate. I have to say, they look composed.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened. Something in the water. We just look very relaxed and passes going to hand. So that's good. Unfortunate there. Ball security.
Yep. Buller was ripped it out. Here we go. Hector Curran. So this is really Brighton's first attacking foray into old Collegian territory. Let's see what they've got here. Very untidy at the breakdown there. And there we go. We've got Chad Bowker. Current. Oh, big run there by Donald Clune.
Jack straight onto that there. We'll have it. Knight. Okay. Interesting.
I think he's called going over, not staying on his feet. Official Phil Jones, head of the Referees Association, give a shout out to them. And here we go, Joel Plummer. He had a great game last week, Joel Plummer.
He did.
Really took control of the game and gave his outside backs a lot of opportunity. And if they can take this line out, we'll get to see what your old Collegians do. With the Welt's team. Oh, ball goes right over the top there. And there we go, big Ryan France. Oof. There's a hello. Brighton are on the attack. Big Murphy's taken another hit up there. Just the ball's coming out a little bit slower than normal, Alex, it feels. Whereas old Collegians coming, the recycling of the ball's quite fast. And there's a penalty.
Really watch out for him.
Yeah, Hector Curran. He's just met him earlier today for the first time. Here we go out at
space behind the Brighton defensive line there. So a kick out the back is a smart option.
It's got to be said, hey, the Brighton forward pack quite large compared to most. Got a very big forward pack. Not really helping them out when you've got champions like Jack Campion and Joshua Kutzer. Oh, unfortunately, ball's gone to ground. Elborn's picked up.
Not happy with something here, knock on.
Yeah, good. They just look good with ball in hand. The balls are crisp. The passes are in front of the player. There's no one really needs to, stop to catch the pass or reach out behind them so far. There's been a couple, but you'd have to be impressed with old Collegians at the moment.
Yeah, no, we're going all right. I think Brighton is slowly starting to edge their way back into this game, so we really got to start playing smart footy. Obviously 10 points up, but not for long. We'd like to add some more points, but also I'm sure Brighton would like to add some too.
Yeah, with Bullowa, Tremaine and Plummer in the back line there, it's never really set it. As Kyle Fleetwood Piper takes it up. He's offloaded it there to the, who's that in the red headgear?
Alfie Malcolm.
Alfie Malcolm. Okay. Yeah, there we go, number 7. He's a little giant, isn't he? He just keeps going as the ball goes dead, unfortunately, for old Collegians. They're applying the pressure slowly but surely. It's like a bit of a grappling match here.
Yeah, it definitely is. We were in an ideal world, we probably would have held on to that ball and pressure on them, because this is obviously their danger zone, and I think the ball's coming to hand for us down here. So hopefully, but in saying that, Brighton defending well and forcing our hand on a few things.
Must be said, the game is being played with great sportsmanship. Both teams go hard, but there's no niggle. It's just hard rugby in its best, purest form.
No, definitely. And here we go. We get a chance to see another Brighton set piece. Looking at the setup, I'm thinking we're probably going to go out the back to Robert Ferguson at the line, I reckon. That's my pick with the setup here. But there's so many options there. You got Tremaine, you got Pedder, you got Smoking Joe out there on the wing. So ball could go anywhere.
Yeah. And then you've got Murphy at the back of the scrum too.
Yeah.
There we go, Plummer. As you hit the nail on the head, Ferguson takes it up. He's over the advantage line, so they've done well. This might be just what Brighton need to get on the front foot. Oh, big hit, but he gets it away to Bullowa. Smoking Joe. He's so flat. Oh, great ball there to Bullowa. Bullowa's in trouble. He's caught on the sideline. Here we go. The big man, Ryan France, takes it up. Referee gets into the way there. Lassen. Oh, they've gone wide. Out to Ferguson. Here we go. This will be great. Kutzer on Ferguson. Oh, he's put the bump. Don't argue. Straight through. Looks like it might have been a slight knock on there, unfortunately, for Brighton. What a hit.
I've actually been on the receiving end of one of those.
That's what
you can't explain it. He just, he put me back about 5 meters. It's an unfortunate one but yeah, don't give him the time. Don't sit off him like that.
Yeah, he look, I'm no great judge of picking the weight of the pig, but he looks like he's only about 80, 90 kilos, but geez, he hit like a freight train then. Not quite sure who he took out, but they'll be feeling it tomorrow.
That was Tristan. I'm just happy mine wasn't on camera. That was, I think mine was a little bit worse too, so I'm happy that one there was no footage of that one.
Very impressive ball running. Here we go, Brighton attacking line out. They've gone to the back.
And stolen.
Stolen. Well done, old Collegians. And I think that was the ever-present Jack Campion, club stalwart. Beautiful clearing kick there. Just to ease the pressure off old Collegians.
Still very much in their danger zone here, but that just takes a little bit off the pressure there. Almost might take that option for a driving maul, but hey, we're further out, so this could be one for them. They just need to hit a line out first, which should help them.
And Gareth Roberts there at number 3 at the line out lifting. How's his form lately?
Oh, good.
Here we go. Brighton have been a little bit tricky with with their line out to centre field inside to Ferguson. Well, he's got through over the advantage line through the first line of defence. Quick ball. Here we go. Brighton are going to look dangerous out here. Bullowa. Yeah, he's just gone around Kyle Fleetwood Piper and he's in. Try time to the Brighton Tigers. Well done there, Brighton. We'll have a look on the Spacequake and Voitex scoreboard and replay and see what exactly happened. But he's hard to contain, isn't he? Give him a little bit of space.
Oh, most definitely. There, no overlap there at all. That's just one-on-one missed tackles, unfortunately for us. But that's some great individual brilliance. But yeah, see, look, you can swing 5 points very quickly, and that puts them still within touch. So I think we just need to lock down our D there. Yeah, just got caught. A bit too would happen to anyone really.
Yeah, he's all class, Bullowa. He didn't get the Mike Von Berg medal for nothing. And like you know, and everyone in the South Australian rugby competition know, he is a game changer anywhere on the park. I wouldn't like to be on him one-on-one, that's for sure. So here we go. Old Collegians 10, Brighton 5, kick to come. There we go on the Voitex scoreboard. 10 points to 7. Here's our game, Alex.
See, there's your momentum shift right there. 27 minutes in, we had a lot of footy to start off with, and then obviously now Brighton are getting a bit of wind in their sails, and it's going to be tough because this wind's starting to swing to the back of Old Coles. So I think Brighton will get this in the second half. So it could be a tough one, but hey, we just need to trust our structures because we did it for the first 5 minutes and it worked out well. Just need to keep them down there and they're, you know, within the 40, and we should be all right. But just don't get too scared about playing footy.
Yeah, you don't want to go into your shell this early and try and protect the lead, especially against a team like Brighton. But I don't see that happening. Like I said, that you guys look very composed. Brighton looked dangerous when given the opportunity. Great take there by Bowker. He's got the defence on him though. They've held him up. Has he got his knee to the ground? Ref hasn't seen it. Down. There he goes. A nice offload to Clune, the big man.
Off the head, play on.
Murphy. That's the first Falcon for the day, mate.
I think that's a carton of West Ends, mate. I think you get a Falcon. That's what he'd be hearing from me, but I don't know. That's always an unfortunate one.
Well, you'll get to watch that on the show tonight, on the replay. Your young Alfie Malcolm. He's a tireless workhorse.
Yeah, very much so. Made his first grade debut last week against Onkaparinga, and you know, got introduced to the world of first grade with a punch in the face. But that's neither here or there. But you know, he's a great player. Works really hard. So hopefully he'll be.
Yeah, good technique. As Old colleague Aaron Murphy, by the look of it, cleaned up for them. They just seem to be coming back into this game here, Alex, don't they? They spread it out to the dancing feet of Bullowa. Definitely on the back foot at the moment. Old Collegians, unfortunately, Brighton seem to be really taking it to them now, found their groove, and we're on for a cracker match. Tremaine Butler, beautiful ball there.
Had his eyes up there for the big freight train Burgess coming at him.
Yeah.
But he's done well to get it off.
Murphy, great little jinking run there. And we got Mitch Wenk jumping in at halfback. Oh, he's made a break here. It's Bowker. Good run there, great run. Logan Brown. And here we go, Plummer. Oh, be interesting to see what the ref calls here. As the sun starts to come out here, I think Old Collegians have just realised they've woken the sleeping tiger of Brighton up, and what seemed to be a possible cakewalk in the first 15 minutes has turned out to be a true battle within in the forwards. The forwards are going at it quite well. The breakdowns aggressive, but you know, both teams do like to go for the ball. They're not standing back and setting their D, they're just going in hard at the ball, which is good to see.
Yeah, no one's giving up there at the breakdown. That ball's not won until it's out of the ruck, so it's it'll be tough getting around the park and hitting all those rucks, but yeah, I'm enjoying commentating it at the moment.
Here we go, Brighton, head and feed. Old Collegian scrums, fan. Under pressure there, Brighton. Out to Joey. Little Joe puts a kick in, and Busby
22.
Cleans up for Old Collegians. Well done, Jake Busby. Here we go on the Spacequake replay. Little Joe Lawaka. He did well to get back there and beat Little Joe. Not the biggest of players, but a bit like Kyle Fleetwood-Piper, just fleet of foot. Here they go, look to counter-attack here, Brighton. Elborn out to Pittua. Struggled to get onto the ball there, Pittua. Oh, he's set the blindside up for Ferguson. Ferguson's beaten the first, beaten the second. Couldn't beat Coutser there. Coutts has had a second go at him. Yeah, probably just the right call there for Brighton. Just Coutts just sort of didn't seem to release the tackle.
That's one, especially when they've broken the line, just to get back there and then give away that penalty.
Yeah, very impressed though with the young man. Very impressed. As the sun comes down and shines its light on Tregenza Oval here in Adelaide. Old Collegians 10, Brighton 7 on the Voitex scoreboard with about 5 minutes left of play. Alex, and your thoughts on the game so far, sir? How do you see it?
Shaping up to be an awesome game. 35 minutes in and it's not disappointing. It's going to be down to the wire, I think.
And it looks like that wind started to swing a little bit to the south too, so Brighton will have the have the wind at their backs second half. Yeah, the pressure from Brighton. Old Collegians will be looking to bite a bit more off on the pressure there. Yeah, let's see what they can do to repel this Brighton attack.
Another one.
Yeah, not the best throw. Just a little bit scrappy there midfield from the line out. Old Collegians have come up with the ball, look to shift it wide. And here we go. Oh, great step there. And that was Ned Morecambe. Can you tell us a little bit about Ned? You got much intel on Ned at the moment?
Yeah, great player, former touchy, still might play a bit of touch, but you know he's made the transition over to the big boy sport, so it's great to have him. He's a very elusive player, but also his defence is quite good too.
As we look to Old Coles put the boot to the ball. It's gone down. Ferguson's looks like there's that. Welcome. Welcome. He's put the welcome mat out. He looked like he was going to try and sidestep him and then just sort of tried to steamroll him. Both players did well. They're going out that way again. Kyle Fleetwood-Piper. Jeez, he's done well there. He's done well. Here we go. Keegan Lassen takes a hit up centre field. Oh, big Clune puts the offload on. Here we go. Oh, and he gives the ball to Curran and he basketball passes. Oh, unfortunately out to Clune. Couldn't regather. And here we go. We've got Sivois. Out to Busby. Busby, the workhorse of Old Coles. Quite fast recycling for Old Collegians. Brown in there for defence. Bullower as well. Sadler, nice clean distribution. Busby doing it again over the advantage line. They just look very composed and grafting away. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's being taken down there by Little Joe. Sadler's come up with the ball, steps. He's through and he reaches out, not short. Here we go, the old Collegians pick and go. Oh, we've got a knock on. A little bit exciting for the end of the half there, Alex.
All quite well there to get that couple of phases there.
Must be said, old Collegians definitely to sit. So you can understand their form must be attributed partly to this quick ball at the breakdown. Beautiful line out there, Campion. What a lovely take.
Oh, unfortunate there.
I apologise to the viewers, but we've just got this beautiful South Australian sun straight in our faces. It's hard to see what's going on the far side of the field, but we'll get through it. And big Lukey Clifton showing his way in the scrum lately. Brighton usually have a really strong platform in the scrum, and Luke Clifton and Alex Sivwa and Tim Dawes, like you said, are going really well.
Yeah, Lukey's made his way from number 8 to the front row in the last year, and he's starting to look really at home there, which is good. It's all technique based. He's got the power, but he's starting to really work on that.
And once again, they've just driven Brighton's scrum back. Brighton under pressure from the scrum. I want to fix that up at half time. Little Joe puts the boot up, but doesn't find touch. Half-time siren sounded. Cooter. He's got a good step on him. They've taken him down. Good defence there, though, from Brighton. Murphy. And there we go, the young fella. Alfie Malcolm. Slow ball there at the ruck. Shift it to the left. Oh, great ball there. Unfortunately, doesn't find the try line with. It's hard to see there, guys. I don't know if the refs heard the half-time hooter. Red time, injury time. Okay. Unfortunately for old Collegians, they were looking dangerous down that left side. Ball didn't go to hand, but we've got another scrum there to Brighton. Murphy will want to be strong out the back of at the scrum here. Brighton will look. Old Coles look to put the shove on. Here they go. Oh, they've just demolished the scrum. Oh, they've done well to pick it up. Little Joe out to Bullowa.
He's got him again.
He's got him again. Oh, here we go. They're in trouble. Oh, flick pass. Straight out to Darcy Bagshaw. You done well there, young Darcy. Here we go. Brighton have got their defensive line sorted. Busby looked to go left to John Moko, but chooses to go inside.
Got a roll there.
Yeah.
Got a roll.
Might be getting caught. No. Moko running with the ball in both hands, as all good rugby players should do. And there we go. Coutser. Oh, he's done well to pick the gap. Unfortunately, just got ankle tap there. Old Collegians are on the warpath here. Shift it left to... Oh, there we go. And he's made a break. Oh, little Joe's just got hold of him and put into touch there by the look of things. Tremaine Butler, well done there defensively for Brighton. So here we are, half-time, Old Collegians 10, Brighton 7 on the Voitex scoreboard. Yeah, your thoughts, Alex?
Oh, great first half there. Both teams have played some really good rugby, but these games are always not going to be completely spot-free. They're always going to be pretty gritty. So I think this is just going to come down to just grit and determination. Going to be one in the ruck, so it's going to be a tough one.
A little bit of concern there for young Tristan Coutser there, still down in midfield after that ankle tap of sorts. Yeah, things you think they can possibly look at half-time. What would you suggest there, Alex, for Old Collegians?
Definitely for us, just adding a second ball player in. At the moment, Jake is there just directing all the one else to come in and field. We want to have two ball players so we can play either way. We're just making it a bit easy for the defence there to read it, but we're still doing pretty well. I think for Brighton, it's just purely their set piece just needs to tighten up a little bit, and they've shown, they set the platform, they get that go forward, and they're dangerous.
Yeah, they're definitely dangerous around the play. I have to agree, mate. I think if they can sort their scrum out, Brighton will look to come back. Like, there is only 3 points in it, so still anyone's game. But so thank you. We'll go to half-time break, and thanks very much for your time, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the second half. Welcome back to Tregenza Oval. My name's Rory Sarong and we've got Alex Rockaborough here from Old Collegians Stade Francois and the Rebels. Welcome to South Australian Rugby Union as we get ready for the second half of the Old Collegians Brighton Club. He's down, he's not looking okay. Shoulder, tough cuss.
Yeah, he's fine. Oh. I think he's fine there. He's, sometimes you just have.
Collegians, it's a ball to Burgess by the look of it. Great clean out there by who was it? Great ball, great hands. And there we go, young.
Oi, from the side.
They've come out full of intensity in the second half. Joshua Graham, it's just a sight to behold, that young man. Oh, Clifton, great run. Oh, he's through, he's made a break. The big prop, he's gone through them like shampoo down a drain pipe. They look to go wide. He's aimed up. Who we got there? We've got
that was Darcy there.
Darcy.
Another good young player for the club.
Old Collegians looking to press their account here. Shifted out to Busby. Jake Campion inside ball to Mokomoko. They brought him down centre field. Look to shift it left again to Busby. Oh, here we go. He's in and away. Well done, Elborn.
Got to release him there.
Yep. Ned Morgan.
Got to release him.
Ned Morgan did quite well there. But Elborn called out to Messi at the breakdown. Caron there. The call is rumble. I'm guessing they're going to pick and go. Who's that?
Yeah, Gareth Roberts. He's
Roberts.
Come over to us this year. Another good player, good acquisition for us. So
looks like we've had a few not too many changes. Sivois. He's been strong, the hooker, Old Collegians hooker.
He has been.
Ball's just sitting there at the base of the ruck. A little bit slow. He's through.
It was another big one. That's a forwards try for us. We moved them around the park really well. We've got some big guys in our forward pack, but if we can get them around, get them running forward, just opens up that space. And Jakey was there. But, to be honest, it really was off the back of Lukey Clifton breaking that line to start off maybe 5 or 6 phases ago.
And here we are in the Space Quake replay. It's just a little subtle show and go, wasn't it? Just a bit of a prop. There we go, and he's through.
Yeah, Jake Busby's been really good for us the last year and a bit. We've had him. Really smart footballer, originally from a league background, but he's great. We could get him to cross over to Union, and yeah, we're happy to have him.
Yeah, beautiful. I have to say too, young Will Sadler, his beautiful distribution there from the base of the ruck. He's done well, and he's kicked that over the black dot. So 43 minutes into the game on the Wojtek scoreboard. Old Collegians beat 17, I believe. Brighton 7. A little dry smirk there on his face, Jake Busby.
Keeps his feet really well, Jakey. That's one thing he's brought from league, that he doesn't just go down easy in the tackle. He always keeps his feet really well and looks for offloads, looks for another option.
Nice kick there. Oh, Joshua Graham. Looks like it was a slight knock on. Brown looks like to take it. Centre field. Plummer takes it up. Looks like Sivois is all over the top of him. And we're going back for the knock on. Match official Phil Jones has deemed.
It's always a tough one. We watched it last week. It's their option there. You just go short to Petter coming through. It's really 50-50, but it pays off for them. It's really quite hard to defend because it creates that sort of scrappy rugby. And, if the ball doesn't go forward, it goes backwards. And if you've got some ball there, it's...
Noted, like, he must be pushing 6'5", Petter, but and can leap like a show jumping horse. So yeah, well done to Brighton. Oh, we've got a penalty here to Old Collegians for not correct bind by looks like the tight head.
Interesting there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to see from this side of the ground, but obviously a scrum penalty as Old Collegians look to find touch on the clubhouse side of the field.
Good roost there.
They'll have a line out just inside Brighton's territory. And this will really show the characteristic of Brighton now. They've been used to winning a lot, tight matches and all. So if Old Collegians can bring the goods like they have been, we'll really see the characteristic of the Brighton pack. Beautiful setup maul there. Old Collegians forward look to drive it. The ball's at the base of the ruck there, base of the maul. He isn't. Will Sadler, beautiful ball there to Busby. Busby on the inside line to Kyle Fleetwood Piper. Oh, he's put an offload through. And it's Tristan Coutser, he's still going. Unfortunately, they're deemed to... I'm not quite sure what that was, sorry Alex.
Oh, we'd have to get a replay of that to see what actually went on there.
Logan Brown looks like he's injured himself. Here we go on the Spacequake replay. Kyle Fleetwood Piper, look at that. Just right over the advantage on. Beautiful offload. Tristan Coutser there. He just fought for every inch then.
We're still in full.
Tristan Coutser. Ah, great run. Quick line out there by Brighton. Oh, look to play out the back to Little Joe. Little Joe, geez, he's put his foot down. Beautiful ball out to Elborn. Elborn out to Ferguson, and unfortunately for Brighton, the ball's just found the ground. A little bit of niggle there between Ferguson and some of the Old Coles boys, but the game's been played in great spirit today. Yeah, they just seem to... Their ball handling, their passes aren't going to hand for Brighton, and just a little bit out of touch from their usual classy selves. Joey Lawaka,
Their attack and go forward. Just unfortunate that ball went to ground, but there's still some exciting rugby.
Yeah, fan favourite all around South Australia. Oh.
If it comes to the right here, Old Collegians are in a bit of trouble.
Here we go. You've picked it.
Oh, but he's run straight at it. 3 defenders.
Yeah, one was Sivois and Young quietly going. Oh, Caron, he's Burgess. Looks like they've just called a knock on there and feed. Looks like both teams have really looking to spread the ball wide. The intensity's there.
Oh, most definitely. 50 minutes in, and it really hasn't faltered yet. It's unreal rugby, and I'm glad we get to showcase it on Spacequake today.
Yeah. Darcy Bagshaw, young gentleman's had a great game.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, another bloke that's come across to us, and we're really happy to have him. It's great having the depth that we have this season, and blokes are just hungry. Everyone from 3rd grade all the way to 1st grade, really happy to play.
Okay, and we've had a few changes. Andrew Brown is on for Chad Bow come off, thanks to Jane Fishwick.
I didn't even notice it was Andrew Brown. He's looking absolutely unreal shape.
Oh, huge shove by the Old Collegian pack. Knock on at the base of the scrum.
That's your momentum shifter there. That's a huge one. Now, it's really important that Old Collegian really capitalise on this. If I was buzzing around their heads right now, I'd say let's settle it and let's not push it.
Look, from my point of view, it looks like Luke Clifton. Luke and Alex Sivois are really controlling things in the scrum. I'm not going to put Gareth Roberts and Joshua Graham out too. They're all combining, but they're just all working together in that scrum. Beautiful platform to work from. Look at that, just rock solid. And Busby looks to play out the back to Coutser. Oh, Bagshaw, he's gone. Little Joe's got him. Oh, Bullawa's come over the top. Missed. Here we go, Old Collegians looking strong. John Moko. Slightly isolated there, but looks to have held onto possession. What do we got here? Tap and go there by...
Not 10.
Oh, looks like he might have injured himself here. He left knee. We go on the Space Quake replay. If not, he's okay. It'll be interesting to see if he does come off, who they bring on. I guess it'll be Patrick Sharkey, possibly.
Patrick Sharkey, another one of our young players up from 18s, but that's going to be a tough loss for us. Will Sadler, one of our stalwarts of the club, and had a really good game directing the traffic really well, but you know, we just hope it's not as serious as we may think.
Well, he has done well. Definitely has helped that he's forward packer going forward. Really laying the foundations for a season here. The forwards are controlling the breakdown, controlling the set piece, and look to be over the advantage line. Yeah, this doesn't look good, does it? Let's hope Will's... And yeah, he's coming off, unfortunately.
That's a big loss for us.
Well, 54 minutes into the Old Collegians versus Brighton round 2 clash. It's Old Collegians 17, Brighton 7. Both teams a win last week, and someone's going to come home with an L beside their name today.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one. This one, you know, it's going to just go down the wire, like I've been saying all match. It's probably some of the edge of the seat footy that we talk about, and this is definitely one of those games. So.
Yes, and we have to say, I have to big shout out. So Reece Fishwick has come on in jersey number 18 for the Brighton forward pack from his trip back from overseas.
Yeah, recently came back from the Philippines. I'm sure he's got a few stories to tell the boys.
Yes, well done. So yeah, it's good to see young Reece back on the paddock as Old Collegians look to set. This will be interesting what they do. They're going to play out the back to Darcy Bagshaw possibly, or hit Burgess on the fly. Sharky out to Kyle Fleetwood Piper. He puts the step on and he's going to go through and he's in. Kyle Fleetwood Piper, Old Collegians in the corner. 55 minutes and 55 seconds. We have a try. And your thoughts, Alex? How'd you see that?
Oh, that was just a good set piece there. Obviously the ball again just a bit lofty, but that's an individual piece of brilliance to just hold on to that one and go around.
Here we go from the Space Quake replay. So yeah, well done there to Old Collegians. Unfortunately for Brighton, it was just a bit of individual brilliance and good structure from Old Collegians that seemed to have paid dividends. And John Moko steps up to the plate for the kick. And unfortunately has just pushed it wide. So the score remains Old Collegians 22, Brighton 7 on the Voitech scoreboard.
Still a lot of football to be played today, so you can't rest on your laurels just yet. You still got to work. You're going to want to keep going there. I think the guys are pretty amped up, so hopefully we see some more good footy. But you can't count out Brighton yet.
No, you'd be silly. Like everyone that's paid a bit of attention to the South Australian Premier Grade Rugby Union over the last several years understands the firepower Brighton have, and it only takes a little bit of something to click and they are absolutely lethal. As we have another replacement come on for Brighton. We'll get that for you.
And here we go, we'll attack here.
Oh, Will. Oh, what a step. He puts it on. He gets around. Jeez. Darcy Bagshaw. Electric.
Ned Morecambe.
Oh, sorry, Ned Morecambe to Kyle. Yep. We got Kyle Fleetwood Piper here. Setting up just inside Brighton territory. There we go, Burgess. Oh, he's dropped the pill. Big hit there by Reece Fishwick.
big one there from Burgos. He's gone without it, but yeah, great tackle there.
Oh, my apologies to Ned Morecambe and Darcy Bagshaw. I keep mistaking one for the other, but both boys are doing really well. Great hit by Reece Fishwick. Helps their cause out. Brighton look to go on the attack. Midfield or scrum on the 50-metre line pretty much. And interesting to see which way Joel Plummer goes. We haven't really called much of Joel Plummer today as a big old Collegians pack just storms through. They've got it out to Little Joe. Little Joe puts a step on. As we're here right in front of us. Oh, 17's come on. We've got Andrew Brown. Out to oh, looks like Tremaine Butler's found a bit of form and he's made it through. He's gone through, he's found, oh, we've got the replacement there. We'll just get his name, but it looks like Brighton have still retained possession. Oh, here we go. Caron looks a quick tap. He's got ball runners. Logan Brown into the defensive line. We've got Sivwar and ball just didn't go to hand there for Brighton. Quick play the ball. Bit of a step on there by Mitch Wenk by the look of things. Pick and drive there from Brighton. They're looking dangerous here. Unfortunately for Old Collegians, Brighton pick up a penalty at the breakdown. They might look to
try.
He's got a try. He's awarded it. Oh, my apologies, viewers. We have Brighton have gone in for a try. It is. Here we go on the Spacequake replay. Reece Fishwick's there. We also who we got. I think it's Murphy. No? Yeah, it is. Oh, no. We'll get confirmation on who scored that try. But there we go. As Alex has said, you can't write Brighton off. It's going to be a tough kick here for, looks like 61 minutes into the game. Old Collegians 22, Brighton 12. We've got John inside into the sun. Oh, he's put that straight between the posts.
No doubt about that one, over the black dot.
Oh, here we go, we're into it again. Brighton, you can never count them off. 14 points, Old Collegians 22. Here we go on the Spacequake replay. We'll just get some discipline there from Old Collegians. They do not want to give Brighton a sniff. So we've got Jaden Phillips on in number 16. Andrew Brown. Reece Fishwick is off, unfortunately. He must have had a little bit of injury. We've got... Is it Greg Black on yet? Apologies for that. Thank you. Give us a hand here. We have a centre field scrum. Alex, your thoughts? How do you see the game going at the moment?
Game's on the edge here. Could go very much either way. You know, Brighton in a strong position here with a midfield scrum.
There we go. Murphy off the base of the scrum. Oh, here we go. Look at this. The young man is through. He's got one to beat. Oh, great hit there by the Old Collegians winger. We've got Ned Morecambe. Murphy takes another hit up at the base of the ruck, sorry. And we've got Alfie Malcolm standing tall in defence. Clunes drives it straight into the Old Collegians forward pack. Busby did well in defence there. It's getting hard to see here. Oh, he's put it down. Oh, we're going back to a penalty infringement here. Phil Jones has seen something, played advantage.
And I think he's given him an extra 5 metres as well. But
Greg Black, big hit up. So we've got the officials are just conferring on the... And he's awarded the try, Alex.
There you go. That's your momentum shift right there. Bit lazy in defence on that left-hand side, and they managed to make the break with the young substitution that's on, and he's lightning.
Yes. Greg Black, by the look of things, nice try to the Brighton replay. Oh yes, he's made too easy. Just looked like old Collegians just weren't prepared. They just hadn't set their D line up effectively in front of where the penalty was taken from. Yep, try awarded. 64 minutes into the game. Now we've got a game on our hands. Old Collegians 22, Brighton 19, kick to come. And going on form from today, Joel Palmer should nail this, even though it's a difficult kick. And he's pushed it to the right, unfortunately, for Brighton. So there we go, 19 points to 22 in the Spacequake replay. Caron puts this, and we've got Tyson Smith. He's a young up-and-comer. The boy, another young gentleman with lightning pace. And we have a game on our hands here today at Tregenza Oval, Adelaide, South Australia. And I guess you can take it down to a little bit of ill discipline at the kickoff there, Alex, in front of the kicker, which is sort of what.
That's a tough one there. It's, you know, you got to stay as a group there, and if you're rondering off in front of the kicker, it just shows there's a bit of disjointment there.
Joshua Graham's running onto the ball. Brighton knocked the ball back. Great ball out to Logan Brown. Oh, he's just met there by Luke Clifton and Gareth Roberts. Clune was taking in some more strong defence. Old Collegians defence has just been around the ruck. Yeah, around the ruck. Here we go. Oh, ball not quite going to hand to Brighton for Brighton to Bullawa. And he's taken down there by Kyle Fleetwood Piper by the look of things. And they've retained possession, Brighton. Look to take it up. Just settle things down here. Caron out. Looks like out to Murphy there. Yep. Big Murphy's had a wow of a game. We've got another guy on, Jaden Phillips, the young gentleman. Here we go. Unfortunately for Old Collegians, Brighton were paid the advantage for an infringement at that last breakdown by the look of things.
Not sure what that one was for. It's tough to call the ruck when you're not actually there to officiate it.
Yes. So Old Collegians still with a slight lead, 3-point lead here at Tregenza Oval, Old Collegians home ground. Lovely day for it, beautiful spectacle here. Quite a good turnout between the two clubs, and we've got some...
I think we'll see some foul play off the ball here. Just after the Ned Morecambe received the kick and the whistle was blown, I think there was... sure if we can get the replay on that.
Love the Australian slang, argy-bargy. You say that anywhere else, no one knows what you're talking about, but in Australia, where everyone knows what a bit argy-bargy is about. Beautiful kick there from Brighton. Here we go. So not quite out of their half yet, Brighton, but still looking to claw back this 3-point deficit. Darcy Bagshaw out here, if they get it wide, he's got a bit of a job to contain Little Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, big hit there. That looked like from Tim Dawes. He's had a stellar game. Oh. Another infringement.
Looks like he's gone straight off his feet there.
Young Hector Caroni. Graham just He was in an awkward position, Hector. He was already on his head when Joshua Graham decided to package and parcel him off to.
It's always a tough one there where you don't quite see that counter ruck coming through, and then you get met by some bloke just shooting straight through on you.
And we've had Tom Cooper come on, and Hector has come off after that big hit. So thank you once again to the Brighton officials. And another line out. Oh, look at Hector. He's not in a good way, is he?
Unfortunate for him. He's had a really good game today, and is probably one of their best attackers. But I'm sure whoever's come on at 9 there is going to step up.
Yeah, he really makes the opposition think he takes it out from the ruck. Oh, big win by who else but Jack Campion, the champion of old Collegians. And they've decided to go the blind side.
Oh, we'll have the penalty there.
And now the intensity is starting to lift. Takes it from the base of the ruck. A real dogfight here. Looks like Busby's just looked for touch. It didn't make much ground there, but
he just wants it out just to set us a platform. Obviously, would have liked a few more metres, but the best thing is that it's out and we can play off it.
And here we go. We're looking out for Ned Morecambe out here on the sideline. Oh, great win again. Old Collegians set piece is just looking spectacular. Kyle Fleetwood Piper definitely makes it over the advantage line. Just keeps his feet pumping into contact. There's Alex Sivois, looks to offload. Oh, he was there. It was out there for the taking. Here we go. I think that's Patrick Sharkey at halfback now.
Yeah, Patrick Sharkey on for Will Sadler.
Jack Campion takes it short, picks and goes. Joshua Graham, the workhorse. Those two work in tandem all day. Old Collegians looking just to settle things down here. John Moko. Oh, it looks like Brighton may have got their hands on this.
He's had a go.
Yeah, unfortunately for Old Collegians there, just slightly isolated. It didn't take much, just a little bit of hesitation, and Brighton were straight onto that as they look to gain a bit of territory and try and get out of their own half.
I reckon that might hit us on the head. No.
Oh, he's roosted that. It's a huge kick, Mr. Plummer. So here we go, Brighton line out, 40 metres out from their own line. Old Collegiate set piece has been sublime. Oh, yeah. Ball didn't go 5 there. Officiated by Phil Jones, head of Referees Association. Short arm free kick. Short arm to Old Collegians. They'll look to this devastating scrum they've formed. Gareth Roberts, Joshua Graham in the front row there. Tim Dawes, Alex Sivois, and Luke Clifton, the juggernaut. Brighton holding their own in this set piece here, this scrum. Out to Busby. Busby looks to send it wide to Kyle Fleetwood Piper.
Unlucky there.
Oh, he's just put it down. Looks like the ref may have missed it, but the touch judge might. Yep, touch judge has helped him out. They shift it well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there. Another one just going a bit high there. We'd like to play as wide as we can, but just a few fundamental mistakes there for us. And Brighton get another go with it here, just inside their 40. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. They'll probably go wide, I think.
As the sun starts to go down on Tregenza Oval, Old tight 122 points. Old Collegians, Brighton 19. Just over 5 minutes left, Alex. How do you see things going here?
Oh, I think it's down to the wire. Just quickly, we've got a quick change from Old Collegians. Alfie Malcolm off for Gary, the South African man, and we've got someone from Brighton changing as well.
Joseph Rowland comes on, and Robert Ferguson is off. Once again, thanks to the Brighton. The afterburners on. Little Joe's taking him. Oh,
and I think we'll see some cheese here. I think that might be his second yellow as well. Possibly.
Bullowa knows he's done something wrong. Oh, he's very lucky there. He's very lucky. Alex is up in arms. I think he's seen a bit more than what the ref did. I have to agree with you, Alex. It was pretty much deliberate knock on. Minimum you'd have to go would have been a penalty there. But here we are. Old Collegians with their dominant scrum, get the feed. Young Sharky's going to feed the ball. We've got less than 4 minutes to go. Plus Sharky feeds the ball. Did well, young Cooper. Oh, here we go. Look out. Little Joe's on the ball. He's been taken down. Tremaine Butler. Oh, he's lost a pill. Hang on. And Old Collegians has been penalised offside. Well done there to a young Sharky. Oh, reversed. So there we go. Jack Campion. Oh, into some heavy contact there.
Got to roll there. Got to roll.
Clune and Plummer. They look to shift it left. Is that Gary Mann?
Gary Mann with his first hit up.
Oh, there we go. The big man's back on. Pardon the pun. Here we go, Alex Sivois. Timmy Dawes of a game too. The whole front row has. Old Collegians. Gary Mann hit some heavy defence there by Logan Brown and young Tom Cooper. Tyson
Never
Smith.
rolled!
Oh, here we go. Who have we got here? 17, Andrew Brown's on for Brighton. And they look to shift it right to Peter Bullowa. Bullowa. Backhand out to Joey. Joey looks to do something spectacular but gets caught there by the Old Collegians defence. Here we go. Tom Cooper. Who's this? They look to left. Plummer out to Bullowa. This could be trouble here. Oh, ball just doesn't go to hand to the young Tyson Smith, who is an absolute flyer. Old Collegians pick up the scraps.
Got to go downfield here. Definitely got to get rid of this downfield.
Yeah. The sheep stations are online here today in the last minute of the game. Old Collegians 22, Brighton 19, less than a minute to go in regular time. Old Collegians look to have retained possession. A little bit frantic there at the... You're right.
I tell you what, if I wasn't mic'd up, there'd be a few expletives. Pardon to my mother at home.
They've done well. That looked dangerous there. We saw Bullowa out to Tyson Smith. Now that's the person you want to get the ball. That young fella may only be 18, but he is just a devastating ball runner in open play. And we've got, there's a little bit of an injury, a concern there for the Brighton second rower.
I think every time that ball goes from Brighton goes wide, I think I'll lose a year of my life. It's just, you don't know what's going to happen out there attacking. I think the defense.
Time buzzer just goes off in the background. I guess we're playing injury time here. There can't be too much injury time. I don't see it being too much.
Yeah, I think there might be a couple plays in it, if depending on how the clock's going, but still a bit of rugby to play.
A little bit of confusion at the Brighton line out. Not sure how many they want. They got Andrew Brown standing there at scrum half. Biggest scrum half I've ever seen. Oh, Campion. Here we go. Both captains are getting a talking to. Everyone's hands are. Everyone's just. No one's left. No one's left the field. Exciting stuff here at Tregenza Oval, Old Collegians home ground. Brighton with the ball. 3 points behind Old Collegians. I can't believe they're not going for goal.
They want the points here, surely. Oh, he's going to go the scrum.
Why would you go the scrum when Old Collegians have just been monstering them in the...
I'm not sure here. You never know with Brighton. It's always a tough one. They could just pull anything out, but we're really going to have to do our best to defend.
Oh, this is just nerve-wracking stuff. This is the man I want to get it to. Out here on the right wing. Little Joe Lawaka, Peter Bullowa and Young.
With Wire.
Oh, they've done well just to get that out. Here we go, Tremaine Butler out to Peter. Peter Bullowa puts a step on. Joey Lawaki, he's down the sideline. Oh, he's in! Oh my God! In the dying seconds of the game, Brighton come up with a spectacular try. It must be said, it's probably the first backline raid they've done and look like their old selves. Bullowa with a spectacular backhand offload to Joey Lawaka, who, mind you, they've been working so well together. Alex?
Oh, that was just great set piece. We got caught too hard on the inside there and they just drifted across. Winger can't bite in like that. You got to trust your guy on your outside. That's just a tough one. Not sure how much longer left. That could be it. But hey, I think we learned a lot today from that game. Really good game. Both teams played really well, but it's going to be a tough pill to swallow, I think.
A big shout out to the Fijian flyer, little Joey! Well done. Look, I have to say, the points say Brighton, but on the field, I have to say, Old Collegians, you know, I think the team that was on top looks like to have come off second best.
You know, it's a tough one. You got to really win these matches, but at the same time, you also got to learn a lesson. But hey, that was a tough one.
And Plummer has kicked it from the sideline. Look, viewers, family and friends, I have to say thank you very much to Alex Rockaborough. Unfortunately, your team didn't make it in, big man.
No, it's all right. Tough one. Played well, Brighton, very well. That's why they're the best team in the comp, and that's where the bar's set. So, Brighton come out victors against Old Collegians here at Tregenza Oval. A fantastic match. Thank you very much to South Australia, Spacequake, Voitech. Thank you very much from Spacequake Sports.